I strongly believe in making choices based on what feels right. Many people thought I was crazy for this. Shelley Long was very well known on American TV for her role as Diane Chambers in Cheers. She played a big part in making the show a huge success and is considered one of the best sitcom actresses ever. However, at the peak of her career, she made a surprising choice to leave Cheers, which shocked many in Hollywood. This text discusses a famous TV star who made the surprising decision to leave a very popular show despite earning a lot of money. People wondered if she wanted more fame or if she was trying to escape the stress of her job. The big question was whether this was a smart move or the start of her decline in the spotlight. After leaving, her career suffered and her personal life became difficult, including a failed marriage and mental health issues. Shelley Long, once famous for her role on Cheers, has been the subject of shocking rumors about a suicide attempt, which surfaced years later. While her former co-stars continue to be successful, she chose to live a quiet life out of the spotlight. In 2024, she didn't attend the much-anticipated Cheers reunion, leaving fans curious about her current situation. What led to her departure from Cheers? Does she regret it? Let's explore the intriguing story filled with drama and secrets about Shelley Long, the woman who once achieved great success. Shelley Long was born on August 23, 9049, in Fort Wayne, Indiana. She grew up in a middle-class family as the only child of Iodine, a school teacher, and Leland, who worked in the rubber industry, before also becoming a teacher. Having both parents as educators helped her develop discipline and critical thinking skills from a young age. Shelley showed a strong interest in communication and performing early on and enjoyed being in front of an audience. During high school, she loved performing and portraying characters with her voice and movements. She joined the school's speech team and quickly became a top member of the Indiana High School Forensic Association. In 1967, at just 18 years old, Shelley Long made history by winning the national championship in original oratory at the National Forensic League. This was a significant competition where the best speakers from around the country competed. Using her clear and persuasive speech, she stood out among them. Shelley had a strong stage presence and stood out against tough competition, showing her talent for engaging an audience. This skill proved to be very helpful in her acting career later on. After finishing high school at Southside High in Fort Wayne, Shelley followed her love for the arts by going to Northwestern University, a top theater school in the U.S. However, after 2 years, she decided to leave. She believed that real-world experience was more important than having a degree, unlike many of her classmates. Instead of staying in lecture halls, Shelley decided to explore the real world and find opportunities. Her first job in college wasn't glamorous. She checked student meal menus. This was a surprising start for someone who would later find fame on television. Soon, she moved to Chicago, a city known for its arts and theater. This choice changed Shelley Long's life for the better. She began modeling, acting in theater productions, and taking small TV jobs to build her experience. Shelley Long didn't have a background in entertainment, but her talent and determination helped her succeed. After finishing college, she quickly made a name for herself in acting. Instead of waiting for chances to come her way, she jumped into work, improving her acting skills and creating a distinct presence. A key moment in her early career was when she worked on a local TV show in Chicago where she hosted and wrote scripts. This job let her show her creativity and skills beyond just acting. Her work helped the show be successful, and she won 3 regional Emmy Awards, which is a big accomplishment for someone new to the business. While working in television, she also joined the famous Second City comedy troupe. Second City is an improvisational group that helped many famous comedians get started in Hollywood. It was a challenging place where performers had to come up with funny ideas on the spot without any scripts or practiced lines. You either made the audience laugh or you were forgotten. Shelley stood out among the performers, showing her talent as a funny actress with great improvisation skills. As her fame grew, Hollywood began to pay attention to her. Her first big opportunity came in 1986 when she got the lead role in a project, Jumping Jack Flash. Was an action comedy film that could have helped Shelley Long become a top star. However, at the last moment, she was replaced by Whoopi Goldberg, who later won an Oscar for the movie Ghost in 1992. Shelley was close to getting another big role as Celeste in My Stepmother is an Alien, but was again replaced, this time by Kim Basinger, who also won an Academy Award later on. So, what happened that caused Shelley Long to miss out on these opportunities? So there were chances for Shelley Long to get into big films, but some sources say her comedy style didn't fit with action comedies, and she wasn't as popular as other big stars. Others think she had very high standards for the roles she chose, only wanting to work on projects she really believed in. Even after missing out on big Hollywood films twice, Shelley didn't lose hope. While some actors might have given up or taken smaller roles, she kept getting ready for new opportunities. The role that changed Diane Chambers' life forever was in the TV show Cheers. This role made her a star and one of the most memorable TV characters of the 1980s. However, this success also brought unexpected challenges. In 1982, Shelley Long took on this important role as Diane Chambers. Many actresses, like Lisa Ayorn and Julia Duffy, tried out for the part, but Shelley was the one chosen. Shelley Long was confident as she competed for the role. To create great chemistry between Diane and Sam Malone, the producers had each actress audition with 3 different actors for Sam. When Shelley was paired with Ted Danson, they had an amazing connection that impressed everyone involved in the production, including NBC executives. Their characters were a perfect contrast. Diane was smart, perfectionist, and a bit pretentious, while Sam was laid back and carefree. The charming character from Playboy was crucial to the success of Cheers. This strong chemistry helped change what looked like a failing TV show into a cultural hit. When Cheers first aired, it was thought to be a disaster, ranking last among 77 shows. Normally, such poor ratings would lead to quick cancellation, but NBC believed in the show's potential and took a chance. This gamble paid off after a rough start. Cheers started off slow, but eventually became one of the best sitcoms ever. Shelley Long played a big part in this success. Her amazing acting earned her an Emmy Award for Best Lead Actress in 1983, along with 5 Emmy nominations and 2 Golden Globe wins. At the height of her career, she made an impressive $450,000 per episode, a huge sum for the 1980. The show's success wasn't just luck, it came from great writing and well-developed characters. Cheers was a show set in a friendly Boston pub, where the characters had clever and quick conversations. Unlike other shows about families or workplaces, Cheers focused on how strangers could become like family. The famous theme song line, "Where Everybody Knows Your Name," captured the essence of the show, showing it as a place where everyone felt they belonged and were part of a community. This sense of connection was a key part of what made Cheers special. The show won the audience's hearts with its memorable characters, each special in their own way but fitting together perfectly. Sam Malone is the charming bar owner with a complicated history. Diane Chambers is the smart but proud waitress who often has witty arguments with Sam. Carla Tortelli is the tough waitress known for her sharp but lovable insults. Norm Peterson is the favorite bar regular, always welcomed with cheers of "Norm" when he arrives. Cliff Clavin is another key character. The know-it-all mailman who talked about everything, whether people wanted to hear it or not, made Cheers more than just a TV show. It became a cultural icon. The characters left a lasting impact even after the show ended. Some of the most memorable moments from Cheers helped it secure a spot in TV history. For instance, Norm's warm greeting became a symbol of friendship and belonging. The complicated romance between Sam and Diane, filled with love and conflict, became one of TV's great stories. Some of the most famous love stories include the humorous and confusing speeches by Cliff, which added to the show's charm. The memorable final scene, where Sam Malone quietly turned off the bar lights and locked the door, marked a touching goodbye after 11 years that captivated nearly 100 million viewers. Shelley Long played an important role in this success. Her character, Diane Chambers, was more than just a funny sidekick to Sam. She was also a unique character for sitcoms at that time. Shelley Long was a clever and outspoken woman, but she also had her own flaws and emotional struggles. Just when she was at the peak of her fame, she surprised everyone by leaving the show Cheers after 5 seasons. This decision shocked fans and sparked a lot of questions about why she would leave such a popular show. The real reasons for her departure wouldn't be revealed until years later. Later, Shelley Long didn't just play Diane Chambers. She really became the character. She got so involved in the role that it was hard to tell where she ended and Diane began, which is rare in sitcoms. A memorable moment was when Diane saw Sam kiss Carla. Although it was just a scene, Shelley actually cried, surprising everyone on set. She wasn't pretending, she was truly heartbroken, just like Diane would be. Shelley Long, who played Diane, was a perfectionist and often had intense discussions with the writers to keep her character true to who she was. This sometimes caused tension on set. Ted Danson later said that even though he and Shelley disagreed during filming, he always respected her. The ongoing debates about dialogue, character interpretation, and how to perform often made things tense behind the scenes. It wasn't just Ted who felt this way. Kelsey Grammer also experienced it. In his memoir, the actor who played Frasier Crane shared that Shelley Long initially wanted Frasier's character to be taken out of the show, but this didn't happen. The story of Cheers didn't only involve personal issues. One main reason Shelley Long left the show was because of how the script was developing. From the start, Cheers focused on the complicated relationship between Sam and Diane, who had a passionate dynamic that was supposed to lead to a real romance. However, the producers made different choices. The unexpected choice to make the characters a couple too quickly took away a lot of the drama, making it harder for the writers to keep viewers interested. At one point, they thought about having Sam and Diane get married and have kids, but that idea was never used. Writer Ken Levine later said that if Shelley Long, who played Diane, hadn't left Cheers, the show might have ended much sooner. He believed her exit pushed the show to change direction, allowing it to last for 6 more seasons with Kirstie Alley. For Shelley Long, leaving the show was not just a career choice, it was very personal. Besides the stressful environment and lack of creativity, she was under a lot of work pressure from the long filming hours, which often lasted 14 to 16 hours a day, 5 days a week. This left her feeling very tired and stressed, which caused her to have frequent migraines. More importantly, she felt that she was not able to be as present for her daughter Juliana, who was growing up without her mother around as much as she wanted. Shelley Long left her job to become a mother, but she also dreamed of being a successful film actress like Mary Tyler Moore. She thought her fame would help her get movie opportunities easily. However, Hollywood can be tough. Leaving the show Cheers was a big risk for her. The show continued with Kirstie Alley taking her place and remained one of TV's best sitcoms. After Cheers, Shelley Long's career didn't go as well as she hoped. The films she appeared in after Cheers didn't make her a big movie star. Although she had some success in films like The Money Pit with Tom Hanks, Outrageous Fortune, and Hello Again, she never regained her former fame. Meanwhile, her co-stars like Ted Danson and Kelsey Grammer continued to do well on TV, while Shelley Long slowly moved away from the spotlight. She still acted in projects, like Shelley Long worked on shows like Legal and Modern Family, but they didn't bring her back to her former fame. When Cheers celebrated its 30th anniversary in 2024, she was not there with her old co-stars. Years later, when asked if she regretted leaving, she said she had no regrets and made the best choice for herself at that time. However, after Cheers, her star power faded and she wasn't as well known in the industry anymore. Shelley Long faced tough personal challenges that were worse than her career setbacks. Her private life, away from the public eye, held surprising details. Before she became famous on Cheers, Shelley had a short marriage in the 1970s to Ken Solomon. This marriage didn't last long and ended quietly. Not much is known about it, but it seemed to be a small part of Shelley's life. In the years that followed, she focused completely on her career until she met the man who seemed perfect for her in 1981. Shelley Long, a growing television actress, married Bruce Tyson, a stockbroker. Unlike her character on Cheers, Diane Chambers, who had a hard time with love, Shelley had a happy and lasting marriage for more than 20 years. Bruce was not just her husband, he also supported her financially, letting Shelley chase her artistic goals without money concerns. Shelley Long made the controversial choice to leave Cheers when she was at the height of her career, saying she wanted to spend more time with her family. For a long time, her marriage was happy, but things started to shift after she left the show. The film she chose to work on didn't do as well as she had hoped, and the repeated failures began to affect her emotionally. As Shelley's career faced difficulties, her mental state worsened. Her marriage also began to fall apart. The couple grew distant, with fewer conversations and more emotional separation. After 23 years of marriage, Shelley Long and Bruce Tyson divorced in 2004. Leaving the show Cheers was a tough choice for her career, but her divorce was the hardest moment in her personal life. It marked the end of a long relationship. Marriage had sent Shelley Long into one of the darkest periods of her life, just months after the divorce. A shocking piece of news spread across Hollywood. Shelley Long had been hospitalized in critical condition in November 2008. Four headlines erupted across newspapers reporting that Shelley Long had been found after an apparent overdose, sparking a wave of alarming speculation. Had she lost the will to live? Sensationalized media reports left the public in shock. Many sources claimed that after her divorce, Shelley had fallen. After falling into a deep depression, she stopped attending major Hollywood events and became very private, pulling away from friends and coworkers. It seemed like she had almost disappeared from the public eye. Some reports said her emotional struggles caused her to turn to medication, leading to an overdose when she felt hopeless. However, shortly after, Shelley Long's representative spoke up to deny these rumors, claiming it was just an accident. Shelley Long had chronic back pain for years, and the recent incident was due to taking too much pain medication, not an intentional overdose. However, whether it was an accident or not, the harm was done. The once celebrated actress was now linked to sad news stories instead of her past achievements. She was no longer the person she used to be and was often remembered for her struggles rather than her successes. Despite facing setbacks in her life, Shelley Long's talent and career achievements stand out. She left the hit show Cheers while it was very popular, but her impact on American sitcoms is still strong. Podcast 10C to me was one of her still strong. Her role as Diane Chambers is one of the most memorable in TV history and has paved the way for future female comedic roles. Diane was not just a side character. She had her own strong personality and sharp intelligence. The interesting mix of Diane, who was smart but also fragile, and Sam Malone, the relaxed and charming ladies' man, made their complicated romance one of the most memorable on TV. After Shelley Long, who played Diane, left the show, Cheers continued to thrive with a new female character, Rebecca, played by Kirstie Alley. Even now, people still argue about whether the show was better with Diane or Rebecca, and this debate continues. Diane Chambers made a strong impact on viewers, making it impossible for anyone to fully replace her, even though the show Cheers went on for 6 more seasons. Her presence was unforgettable. When the series ended in 1993, Shelley Long wrapped up Diane's story, which received a lot of attention. With 4 million viewers, it was one of the most watched final episodes ever. Shelley Long played a big part in changing how women were portrayed in sitcoms. Before her, female characters were usually sweet, naive, or just there for laughs, often supporting male leads. However, Diane Chambers, the character Long played, was different. She was smart, emotional, and true to herself. Her cleverness came with flaws which opened doors for future female characters in comedies. Diane Chambers is an important character in sitcom history. She's a strong example of a complex female character that helped inspire other characters like Rachel Green from Friends and Lily Aldrin from How I Met Your Mother. Diane's character, played by Shelley Long, was memorable not just for her personality but also for how she set a high standard for sitcom acting. The role needed both great speaking skills and the ability to do physical comedy. Diane, with her smart personality, great timing, expressive face, and ability to mix humor with real feelings, is one of the most interesting sitcom characters ever. It's no surprise she won an Emmy, 2 Golden Globes, and many other awards in just 5 seasons. Even after more than 40 years since the show Cheers started, Diane Chambers is still considered one of the best sitcom characters, praised by TV critics. Experts, including Ted Danson, have said in interviews that Cheers wouldn't have been as successful without Shelley Long. Even though she left the show when it was very popular, she helped create a strong base that allowed it to continue for another 10 years. While Shelley Long may not have had the movie career she wanted, her influence on television and sitcoms is still significant. Diane Chambers, the character she played, is more than just a role. She has become an important part of TV history. A milestone in how female roles were portrayed, Shelley Long's work showed a great mix of acting skill and depth. Although she's not as well known in Hollywood today and has stepped back from acting, she hasn't fully retired. After facing some unsuccessful projects, she had a big career comeback with the 1995 Brady Bunch movie, which surprisingly made over $46 million. Shelley Long received positive reviews for her work, even though it didn't bring her back to the fame she once had. However, it did help her connect with a new group of fans. It was her role in Modern Family from 2009 to 2018 that really helped her reach younger audiences. She played Dee Dee Pritchett, the quirky mother of Jay Pritchett, played by Ed O'Neill. Her performance was funny and heartfelt, even though she appeared in only 8 episodes. The episodes highlighted Shelley's comedic talent, which originally helped make Cheers popular. Dee Dee's farewell in Modern Family also became one of the show's most emotional moments as the Pritchett family remembered her contributions. This scene mirrored Shelley Long's career, where she was once famous but has mostly faded from view as Hollywood changed. Even with some appearances on TV, she has largely disappeared from Hollywood. There are no new movie premieres, nostalgic interviews, or major award shows featuring the cast of Cheers. They have reunited several times for special occasions, but Shelley Long is usually missing. In 2024, when the show marked its 30th anniversary, almost all the main cast members were there, except for her. This made many people curious about her absence and why she hasn't connected with her old co-stars. The few times we've seen Shelley Long lately have been in casual settings, not at glamorous events. Shelley Long, once a glamorous star from sitcoms, now lives a quiet and simple life in Los Angeles. She's often seen walking her dog without heavy makeup or fancy dresses. At her age, she looks just like any other woman in her 70s. Seeing someone who used to be so famous walking peacefully raises questions. Does she ever regret leaving Cheers when it was at its best? Although she had high hopes for her career afterward, things didn't turn out as she had planned. Shelley Long's former co-stars like Ted Danson and Kelsey Grammer are still successful, while she has chosen to stay out of the public eye. She left the spotlight that she once shined in. Did she find the peace she was looking for when she walked away from Cheers? Or is this just Hollywood pushing her aside? Only Shelley Long knows the answer. Shelley Long used to be a top sitcom star with 5 Emmy nominations, 2 Golden Globe wins, and a high salary. However, when she left Cheers in 1987, her career took a different turn. She chose to step back from Hollywood for personal reasons and gradually disappeared from the spotlight. Despite this, her impact remains strong. Cheers is considered one of the greatest sitcoms ever, and her character, Diane Chambers, is still memorable. It's uncertain how her career might have changed if she had stayed. Do you think Shelley Long should have stayed, or was her choice to leave meant to happen? What do you think about her decision? What's your favorite moment from Cheers? Do you like Sam and Diane or Rebecca Moore? Do you believe Cheers is the best sitcom ever? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to hear more great stories about Hollywood legends. See you in the next video.